Hi guys, welcome back to A Comfort Cooking with Ariana. Today we're doing cheese sticks. Everybody loves cheese sticks. I don't. I just don't like paying $8 for 6 little cheese sticks at the store when I can make them for pretty much pennies on the dollar at home. What do you need? You need eggs. You need breadcrumbs. You need your favorite spices, and you need mozzarella. I'm not talking about the pull strings. I'm talking about just a block of mozzarella. I use whole milk mozzarella when I make my cheese sticks. It is a little tedious to do, so what I'll do is I usually make, a whole package worth, and because they have to freeze, then I can use them as I go. So this was like 16 ounces. Yeah, 16 ounces of cheese. And I don't recommend water-packed mozzarella. I use that for bruschettas and such, and I've been getting in trouble for not making a bruschetta. So, and of course, you can get 4 sticks out of each of the quarters of cheese stick. Cheese. Sometimes you can even get 5. And like I said, I freeze these. So that way, when I have company and I need an appetizer, it's right there. I also do my kids chicken nuggets. I'll give a tutorial on that one soon too, because you don't want to use a lot of fillers with your family. This will be skinny, but I don't mind. Something in my life needs to be skinny, because it definitely is not me. You can do as many as you want. Like I said, it's completely up to you. However fat or skinny you want it, that's on you. Do you. So, I have that cut up. And put these cheese sticks, they really are cheese sticks now, aside. For this tutorial, I am going to use about 6 eggs because I have another one. Eggs you get, as long as you have that egg wash. It helps the breadcrumbs stay on. So, do that. 2 points. Oh, so good. Watch out, Shark. Now, you've heard me say season all your elements. I don't want me tossing those in there. That's going to be something I cut up. You've often heard me talk about seasoning all your elements. Mozzarella has more than enough salt, so I don't season the egg at all. Mozzarella by nature is that beautiful salty flavor that we know and love. And you're going to mix that up. Tedious part. This is where you're going to get your little oven mitts. But before you do that, I don't use panko on this particular recipe. For this recipe, I stick strictly to standard breadcrumbs. Why am I using so much? Because I'm making poppers afterwards. Slightly different flavor combination, but it works well for the poppers. I'm going to use about 3 teaspoons of salt. I'm going to use Italian seasoning, about 1.5 tablespoons. I think that's about it. And I'm going to use a lot of garlic powder. I don't necessarily like garlic. It's about 1 tablespoon. I don't necessarily like fresh garlic, but I use garlic powder in practically everything I do. And it smells really garlicky. Anything regarding cheese. Cheese really does flavor well with garlic. Give that a quick whir, because you want things to look pretty. Sprinkle in some parsley. I made a mess. Alright. where the tedious part comes in. Okay? Because you're going to dip your cheese in your egg. Then you're going to go directly to your breadcrumbs. I'll usually dump half of my batch in there. But then you're going to go directly back to your egg batter. Now with the batter, with the cheese, you're going to have to press it into the bread because you want it to really stick. That's what's so special about these. They are double dipped. But you're going to let that dry for a second. You're going to do a couple more. And what I mean by double dip, you're going to go right back into your egg batter, and then you're going to go back into your breadcrumbs. So it creates that beautiful thick crust that you know with the cheese sticks. It holds the cheese in there. So I make sure I just press it down. But it does have to dry to some degree before you put it back in there. So I'm going to do the rest of these for the first time, and then I'll come back when it's time to double dip. Okay? Alright. Alright, so we've dredged it once, and from 16 ounces, we got quite a few cheese sticks. That's why I said freeze them. Don't cook them first. I freeze them, after I double dip for about 4 to 6 hours, and then I just take them out of the freezer when I want. So from there, you're going to do it one at a time. And I said I was going to use this breading later. No, I'm not. It's strictly for the cheese sticks. And then you're just going to lay them up there. But you can't put more than one in there. Make sure you get all the egg off of it. Because from here, after you double dredge, you're going to stick them in your freezer. I tend to stick them in my deep freezer because it's colder in there. And then I'm usually ready to either cook a few of them or package them up. Okay, so now we're double breaded. That's an awful lot of cheese sticks. So even if you thought you were going to eat them, you're not. But the reason why you freeze them, you need the coatings because you double dipped to set. And you don't want your cheese so warm that it immediately melts without cooking the coating to that crispy golden goodness. So that is the reason why you freeze it. You want everything to set and becomes one whole combined union. You want them to marry. So 4 to 5, 6 hours or however long you want, minimum though. Hey, okay, welcome back. We're going to finish up our cheese sticks. I have my oil heating up in the back. We're going to take some crushed red. We're going to take some crushed tomatoes. I don't like the texture of tomato sauce when I'm dealing with dipping sauces and things of that nature. So we're just going to take about 16 ounces. Close that up so nobody gets hurt. We're going to take about 16 ounces of tomato sauce. I like to add about 1 cube of chicken bouillon kind of deal. It's Knorr, so it's soft, it crumbles. I like that better than the hard bricks. We're going to put our stove on about a medium. Yeah, because we're going to create the sauce here. We got onion powder. This is more to taste. Don't forget your cheese sticks have seasoning in them. So here I'm only going to add about a teaspoon of onion powder. Same goes for the garlic powder. I'm only going to add about a teaspoon of that. We're going to add about a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. And a quarter. Might as well use the rest of that. Now this is to taste wherever your tastes lie. You know, this is your favorite type of marinara. I did about a teaspoon of oregano. Under normal circumstances, I love oregano. But when I'm dealing with my cheese sticks, I kind of don't like it really heavy on the oregano. So we're just going to stir that up and let it heat up. Let the bouillon cube dissolve. The bouillon cube has a level of salt in it. The tomatoes have a level of salt. So I'm going to hold off on, you know, creating my salt just yet. I'm going to hold off on adding salt. My stove has flakes all over it now. I'm going to let everything kind of do its thing together. One of these days I'm going to have everything out. I don't know if that's possible. As I taste and I go,
what did you just put in there?
White pepper, about a quarter teaspoon. I taste as I go, and then I think to myself, oh, this would taste better in that or this. I tend to cook with my my eyes and my nose before I cook with my tastes. And there we have our little volcanoes going. Anytime you're dealing with the tomato marinara, you do kind of want to constantly stir or cover it. I don't want to cover it just yet because I still need to figure out where my flavor combinations are going to end up. Now this is just a dipping sauce. I'm not using it for spaghetti today. I'm not using it for chicken parmesan. I'm using it only as a dipping sauce for, I'm going to take that off the heat real quick. Okay, maybe I won't. So now I can add some more salt. I'm going to add about a quarter teaspoon of salt. We're going to add some more garlic, about a half a teaspoon of that. You don't want it bland. We're going to add a quarter teaspoon of onion. In my tomatoes, I'm not a big fan of garlic, but I do appreciate the marriage between tomatoes and garlic. They do pair well together, and there's no denying that. So instead of going heavy on the onion powder, which I would normally, I'm going to go heavy on the so we need some more Italian seasoning. I'm going to do about another tablespoon of that. And I might end up going just a little bit heavier on the oregano. You don't want it to outshine the cheese, but you want it to complement it in a way where it's like, gosh, you're going through your marinara just as fast as you're going through your cheese sticks. That's when you know both of them are exceptionally good.
Well, with you adding all this stuff, you're going to put the total amount of ingredients in the description, right?
I'm going to try to. I'm going to try. I'm just kind of freewheeling it now.
Everybody just has to know that you should taste it and then add. Taste it and then add.
Basically. I'm going to turn it off for a minute because I don't want to get popped.
And what's that?
This is oregano. I just put in about a tablespoon of oregano. Stir that in. Again, I can't tell you offhand just how much I put in. When I go through the editing process, I will let you know. Here are cheese sticks that we made last night. They're frozen for at least 12 hours. I can't remember the time we made the video. So, I'm going to get everything I need ready. Alright, so these are our cheese sticks that we made yesterday. I'm just going to take a couple so we can show you what this is all about. I wish my kids enjoyed cheese sticks.
I do.
I love them. And you don't want to crowd them. It doesn't take that long to cook. You don't want to crowd them in the pan. You want them to cook. Sometimes you'll have a few of them that want to explode a little. That's okay. They're going to do what they want to do. Get this ready. Alright, so here we go. These bad boys are hot. Look at that. And that's your cheese stick that you made yourself for pennies on the dollar. So, if you like what you saw, oh, let's go ahead and put some marinara with it. Let's taste it. Ha! Why not? Because I'm a rebel. I haven't played the marinara yet. These bad boys are hot, so I don't know. Oh, good. That's really good. If you like what you saw, go ahead and subscribe. Give a thumbs up. We're cooking lots of goodness in this kitchen. I'll leave a description in the... I'll leave the list of ingredients in the description bar below. Let me know what you want me to cook. Challenge me. My nephew's a vegan, so I'll be doing some vegan things here. He just graduated college, so until next time, happy eating.